Think a 40-9 beatdown ends with a polite handshake? Not on this Sunday. What started as the usual post-game walkthrough exploded into a sideline confrontation. Bills left tackle Dion Dawkins and Panthers veteran Sean Robinson traded words, tempers flared, teammates swarmed, and a routine exit turned into a national clip that won't die all week. Here's what matters. Plain and fast. Dawkins walks through the handshake line after Buffalo's blowout. Robinson takes offense, whether at a glance, a tone, or what looked like a smug 40-9 shrug, and confronts him. Words become a push, helmets come off, teammates and staff from both sides separate them. No reported punches that changed a scoreboard, but video spread instantly, and that spread is the real punishment. Why this spikes so high? The visual is perfect for social media. A dominant win, a perceived slight, a shove, short, emotional, loopable footage that fuels hot takes. In other words, the incident didn't need to be dramatic to become dramatic. It only needed a camera and a timeline. Now the practical fallout. First, the league will review. Key questions. Who initiated? Was it a shove or an attempted strike? Did either player remove equipment or use abusive language? The NFL has been strict about post-game melees, expect fines at a minimum, and suspension talk if the tape shows escalation. Teams often dish out internal discipline too, fines, mandated counseling, or brief inactivity to cool things down. Second, locker room optics. These scuffles aren't just clips, they're internal signals. If Dawkins is viewed as needlessly flashy, leadership has to manage credibility. If Robinson is seen as overreacting, that's a different headache. Coaches and veteran leaders will have to smooth it over fast because locker room divides cost wins. The smart move is immediate. Controlled messages. Acknowledge the incident, promise review, and pivot to football. Silence makes noise louder. Third, PR and fan reaction. The losing side's fan base smells disrespect. The winning side's fans celebrate toughness. Media turns the moment into a narrative. Leadership problem, lack of class, emotional control failure, pick your headline. Teams need a tight, honest response to stop the clip from being the week's only story. What should the teams do? Fast internal review, short public statement, and targeted player coaching. Make the discipline proportional and visible. Then force the conversation back to the field. Practice, preparation, next opponent. Let football wins and accountability replace viral outrage. Finally, the bigger lesson for pros, manage your exits. Football glorifies rage on the field, but there's a line between competitive heat and behavior that drags your team into headlines for all the wrong reasons. Players get emotional. That's human. But pro players are paid to control those moments. Bottom line, Dawkins versus Robinson sells clips, sparks debate, and may cost someone money. It's raw theater, but it's also a leadership test. If teams handle it well, it's a short detour. If they don't, it becomes a ripple that outlasts the final whistle.